Hi everybody, this is Dr. Marvin, and this is Midge. She's the newest addition to my home, and we're just hanging out here today in the recliner, and we wanted to take a few minutes out to make a short video about pet nutrition, because really our nutrition that we feed our pets is important to all of us as pet owners. So I've heard from a couple people that, well, I'm feeding grain-free, that's so much better for my pet, or it has a high price tag, so this food has to be really good. And I'm not knocking that expensive foods are good. Some of them are great, but something to realize is grain-free, while important for some pets, isn't necessary for every pet. So grains are more than just fillers when it comes to our pets. 90% of cats and dogs do actually get nutritional value out of those grains. So they provide vitamins, minerals, essential fatty acids, and they can actually even provide protein for our pet out of their diet. So don't throw out grains in your pet's food unless they truly are allergic to them, and they can cause some itching, they can cause some GI upsets, but historically when we're talking food allergies in pets, they actually are primarily allergic to the protein sources in the food. So chicken, beef, turkey, pork, whatever they've usually ate a lot of is what they are talking about. And something we could talk about later would be food allergies and looking at a novel protein source to address that. The other thing with grain-free diets is they are going to still have a carbohydrate source. So it's going to be usually potatoes or beans or lentils of some sort. And when we're talking beans and lentils, those can cause some GI upset signs sometimes in some pets. Same as with people, when you eat beans, well, you know, there's a joke about them being a musical fruit. So that could be true in your pet as well. So be aware of that. And just because of what they're putting in there in those foods, then they're not all going to be nutritionally the same. So it can vary from label to label when it comes to different pet foods. And usually they're going to be a higher in fat and higher in protein food because they're higher in proteins. That's the primary ingredient. So when we're talking higher fat, higher protein, then we also need to look at how much of those foods that we're feeding our pet, because let's face it, pet obesity and their waistlines is important too, because overweight pets are at risk for metabolic issues, they're at risk for joint problems, all that extra weight's hard on their heart, and we're trying to keep your pet and mine as healthy as we can and with us and part of our families as long as we can. So when it comes to diet, if you have questions, please ask us. Bring it up in the exam room when you're there. We'll look at what you're feeding, how much you're feeding, and we'll try to custom tailor what you should be feeding and how much you're feeding for your pet, and keep everybody happy, healthy, and you too. So have a good afternoon. We'll see you later.